Hello, my name is David Deutsch, and this is the digital marketing live stream from Search Titans. Alrighty then. So today's live stream, we're going to be talking about advanced search marketing techniques for 2020. Now, a lot of people think that they're targeting the right keywords, and that's fair enough because keywords are profitable, and that every single time that all of the most profitable keywords that they could be targeting, whether it be short tail or long tail keywords, those keywords are always going to have hundreds of millions of results, right? And there's so many competitors for each keyword. There's no keyword out there that doesn't have hundreds of thousands of results on page one at all, right? It's just impossible. But is that really true? I mean, are the keywords that you're trying to target, are they really that competitive? Are you absolutely sure that there are, in fact, any at all competitors for the keyword that you're targeting? Well, in this live stream, that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. We're going to find out together, using long tail keywords and using the phrase match attribute of search engine marketing, we're going to start looking at extremely profitable keywords to find out just how competitive these keywords actually are. I mean, do they even get any results at all in phrase match? So let's do this together, right? Step one, you got to choose any keyword you want that's a long tail keyword. That's to say a search term with more than 3 words in it. Right? So for example, e-commerce audit course, or how to transfer money from Australia to the USA. These are long tail keywords. They're questions, but these are keywords that people type in exactly that way all the time. In fact, 75% of all searches are long tail keywords, because nobody types in the word car and then expects to find a 4-wheeler that goes off-road, on desert, and underwater, and amphibious out. That's not the way that works, okay? You can't just expect to put in one word and expect to find what you want. No. Everyone is learning more and more that if you want something specific, you got to search for something really specific. And that's what we call long tail keywords. Now, from a marketing perspective, the big question is, do they get enough searches per month? Do they get enough searches per year? Is there a market for that keyword? Do several people type it in? And is that keyword going to bring me a large profit margin, or is it just another random keyword, another random search term? So first of all, I want you to choose, out of all the keywords that you target, I want you to pick the ones that are nice and profitable, the ones that are super targeted, and that have at least 10 searches or more. Now you can check the monthly searches on SEMrush.com, the best SEM and SEO research tool in the world, as far as I'm concerned, and I use them all. So that's the best one. And even when you find on SEMrush, you find that some keywords get 0 searches per month, but it still lists the keyword in the related keywords. Don't knock it, and don't just discard it. Target that keyword as well. Because just because it gets 0 per month doesn't mean that somebody doesn't regularly type in that keyword. And sometimes that might mean that it only gets like 50 searches a year. But for the right keyword, 50 searches a year could easily turn into 50 actual consumers. Like for example, if somebody said, I would like to become a Search Titan apprentice. Okay, maybe 5 or 6 people are going to type that in every month. So SEMrush would mark it as 0, because there's a threshold of 10 per month or 120 per year minimum. So it would mark it as 0. But even if I only did get 5 or 6 people that typed in, I want to be a Search Titans apprentice per month, there's almost 100% conversion rate on those keywords. That would probably generate more sales for me than a keyword that gets 800 searches per month. So there's a give and take there, but it does have to be listed on SEMrush as something that other people actually type in from time to time. Okay, phase 2 or step 2 is, I want you to add the quotes in front and behind the keyword so that you create what we call a phrase match. And what that's going to do is it's going to tell Google that you're only interested in web pages or videos or images that has the exact phrase in that exact order somewhere, anywhere on the page. Whether it's the title, the description, the content, any part of the page that has that exact phrase, I want to see that page. And that's what you're telling Google. Bing and Yahoo, same thing. So here's a couple of examples. We got e-commerce audit course, that's for Search Titans. Global digital marketing course with quotes. Digital marketing corporate apprenticeship with quotes. Now, these keywords don't necessarily get a huge amount of searches per month, but that's not necessary. What is necessary is that when somebody types global digital marketing course into Google and they find us at the top, they found the right company. And there's a really strong chance of a high conversion rate. That's more important than how many searches I can get. I can get 1 million searches for all I care and not get any clicks at all. Or I can get 3 searches, 3 clicks, and 3 sales. And that's worth much, much more than just a random number of searches per month. Okay, now we take step 3. Check to see how many results at the top left-hand corner underneath results for, check to see how many results there are for that keyword in broad match, which is usually like 50 million or something, and then compare it to the phrase match. And what you're going to discover, spoiler alert, you're going to discover that there's a lot less results when you do phrase match, because companies very rarely focus on what the consumer wants, because that would make sense. And we all know that common sense isn't very common, right? So that's actually the boss of Ogilvy told me that one. He said, common sense isn't very common. And so most companies don't realize that when their consumers type in exact phrases, they expect to find an exact match to that question so that they can get the appropriate answers. And you'd be really, really surprised how many extraordinarily valuable keywords are simply never, ever written down in any way on any page, and certainly not videos and images. So we'll be discussing that in a moment. So that's step 3, is to check how many searches there are in the exact phrase match versus the broad match, because you'll see that there's a lot less. And that's going to become really important when you start optimizing it, because if you can perfect the optimization process on a phrase match keyword, that will get you much closer to your ultimate goal of being in position 1 for the broad match. But if you can't even get it for the phrase match, you have no chance of getting it broad match. So this is a really, really good exercise regardless of how you look at it. But then it gets really interesting. Now, in step 4, I want you to keep it in phrase match. I want you to click on video. How many videos are there for that phrase match? You'll discover that most of the time there's no results found for the exact match that you're looking for. Or sometimes there might be 2 or 3 videos and they won't really be relevant most of the time. And if it's so rare that there's a relevant keyword for a long tail, a relevant video for a long tail keyword. It's really, really rare. And the same thing happens on Bing and Yahoo. The same thing works there as well. So let's check it out. Step 5. Stare in wonder, shock, and disbelief at how few competitors you actually have. Because that's the beauty of it. Now that you're targeting these keywords that get hundreds of searches, sometimes thousands of searches per month, that are worth an enormous amount of money to the right company, such as yours, and there's almost nobody, no other competitors have actually targeted that phrase. And yet thousands of people actually type in that exact phrase every month. So yes, your competitors show up for that keyword, but it's by sheer dumb luck. It's not because they did it on purpose. And you know they did it on purpose because they have the perfect phrase match of that exact keyword. Unless they did it, then it's not working. Now, a lot of people will do phrase match in Google Ads, but almost nobody does it in SEO. And even fewer people do it for video. And video right now, video will produce more impressions for your company than all of your text content put together. And that's a fact. That's 2020. We're not 20 years ago where bandwidth was a huge problem with video. Now everybody wants rich media content. They want video, and there's a whole video tab on Google when you perform your searches. The ultimate result that you can get, the best result, is no results found. Now, if you type in a keyword in phrase match and it says no results found, woohoo! Now you get to own the entire page all by yourself. Because even if you have the worst content in the world, you're still the only one who's ever bothered to write down the same words in the same order that your consumers are typing in thousands of times a month. This is beautiful. You're finally paying attention to what your consumers are doing. You're mirroring their actions in SEO, and just like that, you're in position 1 because there's nobody else there. There's not even a competitor to speak of. And just try it. Try it on any one of your major keywords. Now, let's do this together, shall we? Let's actually, now, what is it? I mean, what does this even mean for you exactly? What are you going to do about this? Well, the answer is very simple. First, you do your research, you find that perfect keyword, all of them, all of the keywords. Don't forget that it's a long tail keyword, which means that it's a long search term. And it's possible that there are hundreds, if not hundreds of thousands of variations of keywords that your consumers are typing in all the time. Keywords that are literally indicating that that's a consumer that wants to buy your specific product. And they're being so specific about their question that they don't leave any room for doubt that if you can get that click, you're going to get that sale. Because you're the only one who's bothering to ask and answer the question that they typed in exactly the same way into Google. You're giving them respect, which means your conversion rate is going to automatically be higher. Your click-through rate is probably going to be 100% because you're the only one who actually bothered to answer the question. And doing this, and then making videos and images and rich content, adding all of that to one page. One video, lots of images, lots of text, one page, one keyword, and you will achieve page 1 domination. And I mean domination. You're not just going to be in position 1, you're going to be in positions 1 through 10. The more videos you make, the more pages you make on that same exact keyword, the more you'll push down your competitors. Because you're still the only person who bothers to ask the question. And you can answer the question in multiple ways. So just because somebody types in a keyword, allow me to demonstrate now, just because somebody types in the keyword into Google, and I have some examples ready here. Let me move my video. Just because the question is the same doesn't mean that the answers are always going to be the same. Let's take some examples here, some live examples. This is SEMrush. I love this software. Okay, going back down. Uh-oh, lost my place. Here we go. How to get a startup business loan. So where was that? That was one of the, hold on a second. Probably shouldn't have scrolled up and down like that. There it is. How to get a startup business loan is a keyword that people type in 880 times a month on average. Now, of course, there's ups and downs, and it's over the course of a year, however, you're looking at more than 10,000 searches per year for that exact key phrase. Not a key phrase that's similar to that phrase exactly. That means that consumers are typing that in all the time. 10,000 a year are typing it in. In fact, on Google Ads, it's worth $7 a click. That's worth $70,000 in clicks per year to anyone who buys all of the clicks that are available for that particular keyword. So, let's go here. Before I do that, I wanted to show you that it gets 71 million results. That keyword has 71 million results in broad match. But then when we put it in phrase match, as I did here, there's only 41 websites in the world. I'm not making this up. Look, it's on Google it yourself. There's only 41 results on the planet that have the words "how to get a startup business loan" exactly in that phrase match. Which means that you're not competing against 74 million other people. You're only competing against 41. And some of this content probably isn't even that great. Maybe this one is business.org, fair enough. But these others, how to get a startup loan, how to get a business loan, it's simple. These guys might not, that's the same company again. These guys might not be as good as you might think. And it might not be as difficult to rank as you might imagine. But now we take another keyword, how to get a pre-qualified home loan, and we look at videos, and there's only 13 results. 13 videos in the entire world on how to get a pre-qualified home loan. And where is that again? How to get a pre-qualified home loan? 880 searches a month. That's worth $11 a click. That's worth $110,000 a year in clicks alone. That's how much money you'd have to pay, is $110,000 to get all of the impressions from how to get a pre-qualified home loan. And yet, in the whole world, there's only 13 videos that have ever been produced with that exact phrase match in there. So if you're a fintech company, or if you're a financial or a bank or anything, why don't you bother asking the question and make 10 videos answering that question? How to get a pre-qualified home loan? Well, first you can get a mortgage on your house, and that'll get you a pre-qualified home loan. Okay, that's one video. Okay, next, how to get a pre-qualified home loan? Well, you can get a guarantor, and that'll help you. Okay, that's a second video. How to get a pre-qualified home loan? You can make a huge deposit. Oh, there you go. You can have good credit. Oh, there you go. That's there's 5 videos that I just came up with off the top of my head, and all 5 of those videos would be listed under that keyword. Now that keyword actually gets typed in almost 1,000 times a month. And there's only 13 people competing with you at all. Not 71 million, 13. And let's look at let's just look at the universal searches. Now that one, there's 5,880 results with people who actually type that into the text of their websites. So yeah, that's still really competitive. Now that's more like it. That's more what we're used to dealing with. But again, you click on videos. 13 results. It's not that difficult to make a video like the one I'm making, especially if it's just recorded and not live streamed. Don't get me started on live streaming. That's a major nightmare. Okay, well, let's do another keyword. Let's do one of my keywords. Let's do one of Search Titans keywords. When you click e-commerce audit course, right? And that's broad match. I got 14 million results, right? But I'm in position 1 with my 5-star reviews, and I'm in position 2. Why? Well, I'll show you why. It's actually with a hyphen. I'll show you why, right? This is 72 million with a hyphen, because that's how you're supposed to spell it. But now let's do the phrase match. 72 million results? I don't think so. Try 4 results. That's right. E-commerce audit course only has 4 results, and all of them belong to me and Search Titans. SEM SEO course is one of Search Titans' websites. And so is all of these images is just us. That's my name right there. And the phrase match, I don't have a single solitary competitor in phrase match. But in broad match, well, I have 74 million competitors. And that's where it's really interesting, right? So let's look at videos. In broad match, I have 204,000 videos that are broadly matched to the keywords e-commerce audit course. And yet, and in images as well. And yet, let's do the phrase match and see how many people actually made videos for that exact keyword. Oh, I forgot the hyphen again. With the hyphen, 7 results. And guess who are the only 7 people here? That's right, Search Titans. Search Titans is the only one who ever bothered to make a video with that exact key phrase. E-commerce audit course. We're the only ones there. We have 0 competitors. And yet, on a broad match with the hyphen, you have 528,000 results. But we're still in position 1 and we're in position 2. And that's not all either. When you scroll down in broad match, you see us in position 5, position 8, position 10, 11, 12, position 14, position 15, 16, and so on. Because we don't just make one video, we made dozens of videos. And they don't have to be amazing videos. They just have to be there, and they have to be focused on the keywords that people are typing in. Finally, we're talking about Google Images. And Google Images is a whole different and a whole separate search engine. So it's important to not only have a lot of images for each keyword that you're targeting, but to properly mark them up as well with the alt tag. And as you can see, we're in positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 with Google Images, and the other images aren't even that good. Ours are more marketing, and that's with broad match. Now with phrase match, once again, how many competitors do we have? None. It's just us. Okay, let's try it with a hyphen, just to make sure. Yeah, still just us. SEMrush, that's not SEMrush, that's SEM SEO course. That's one of my websites. It's one of our websites. All of these almost, to the exclusion of one, this guy right here. This one has one, and this one has an image, and that's it. The rest of us is just the rest of these images is just us and that one guy, because we're the only ones who ever bothered to target those keywords. As you can see, all of this is Search Titans, and that's not my brand term. That's not my brand term. That's a very generic term that I'm hoping people type in when they're looking for that kind of service. And that's exactly what I wanted to teach today. That's what I wanted to show you all today, is that there's more profit in looking at the phrase match. Before you start targeting keywords with thousands of searches and you know what? Why don't you look at the long tail keywords, the expensive ones? This is, like I said, the pre-qualified home loan is $110,000 a year in cost to Google Ads. But if you make one video and you're above those 13 other videos, which you will be right away because there's only 13, and it's all YouTube. YouTube isn't even that great. So that means that you can easily surpass all of these guys and have your website not only in position 1, but positions 1 through 10 on Google Video. And you'll notice that you get more impressions from video than you do text. Yeah, that's the way that we've been discovering it at Search Titans. And so, even though this is one of the most competitive keywords in the world, and it costs $110,000 a year in clicks, imagine how much money this is worth in home loans. We're talking about 10,000 people that are looking for a home loan, which is probably worth upwards of $200,000 per person, multiplied by 10,000. I don't even know how much that is. It's about $2 billion. It's $2 billion worth of revenue represented by one long tail keyword. $2 billion a year. It doesn't matter that one company or 100 companies are going to get the business from those keywords. The fact is that there's $2 billion of keyword that we're looking at right there, and it's going to be split up among 13 videos. 13 videos that bother to ask the question, and not even, these guys aren't even, the ones in South Africa, these guys aren't even the banks that offer the loans. This isn't even profitable to them. But it would be profitable to the right company, the right fintech company, and to them it could easily be worth hundreds of millions, if not $2 billion a year in home loan applications, just because they targeted the right keyword that has no competition whatsoever, even though you would imagine that it has tons, because according to SEMrush, it's worth $11 a click. And yet, and look at the keyword density, the keyword competitiveness is 90. That's huge, but there's only 13 videos for it. So that's the lesson that we have today. Check your keywords again, phrase match them, find out how many videos have ever been produced for that exact keyword. If you're not targeting that keyword exactly as you want it, make a page, Call us. Let us help you. Let us show you how to get not only in position 1, but 1 through 10. Let us show you how to dominate page 1 of Google and of Google Video, Google Images, Google Text, all of it, so that you can get the maximum amount of impressions and clicks for free, even before we teach you how to get all of that money from Google Ads. Well, thank you very much for watching, and Godspeed and good luck. Now, one more thing, however, I'd like you to send us your URL, okay, and your email address. That's all I'm asking. Because then what I can do is I can look at your URL, find out which keywords you're supposed to be targeting well, find out how competitive the keywords that you really, really want. Like, I'll discover which ones are best for you and how much money they could bring you. And I'll make a video just for you on those keywords. And then we can talk, and I can help you how to, I can teach you how to target just for one of those keywords for free. I'll show you how to target those keywords, just one of those keywords for free, before you join the corporate apprenticeship program. And then once you join the corporate apprenticeship program, I'll teach you how to do all of your keywords. Now, over the next several years, you can dominate page 1 for all of your keywords. Good luck, and I hope to speak to you soon.